Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.US and IndyWrestling.Network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 883. Tuesdays, we've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Got all the energy tonight, and the chat room's already ramping up because we got Matt Mike's out on assignment. He should be back here hopefully next week for I guess we got 2 weeks until the Halloween episode. But in the meantime, we do have a return and a debut on the show, so it's very, very special. First of all, we will start with the returning from the musty bunker of wrestling dirt sheetdom. He is Matt Carlins.
Yes, it is I, your favorite disgruntled former pro wrestling dirt sheet writer / editor, back where it all began, because you're the only one who will take me back.
They always come back. They always come back. I'm still waiting for Elias to come back now that he's out of WWE. Anyways, no, it's good to have you back. I wish it was under better circumstances, of course, but it's good to have you here to at least you can get your wrestling fix. And I know it's going to be very interesting because I know you've been on a little bit of a wrestling sabbatical.
Yeah, I took a little break. I've been taking a little break because, Sorg, I'll be honest, I've been watching every weekly WWE and AEW program in their entireties for well over a year, and I needed to detox. I needed a cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
I needed something. I needed to just get it out of my system. So I have not watched much over the last week or so. But you know what? I flipped on NXT tonight, and well, instant regret. And
Okay.
The key to NXT is you have to have the right mindset, and I was just not. I dipped in just so I would have something to talk about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it was happening, and something called a Brindley Reese wrestled on NXT tonight.
Yeah,
a Brindley. Brindley?
A former...
Sorg, have you ever met a Brindley?
No.
Okay, me neither. Maybe our guest has met a Brindley.
Yes, and our guest, we'll ask our guest.
Travels.
They are the Enby Riot, wrestling regularly down at 880 Wrestling in New Kensington, Pennsylvania. You can see them, I think, almost every Thursday night on Thursday Night Fights on IndyWrestling.US. You may be watching this show right now on the YouTube channel or whatnot, or .network or whatever. Nix Wilde is with us tonight.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you for coming on, of course, because we're collecting all the T2T graduates. So I think we've.
I didn't get a cap and gown yet. What the fuck? What?
Oh, you get beat up every week on Thursday. So I apologize because I was like it popped up on my feed. A Knicks match happened to pop up on Facebook, and I looked at it. And I'm just like, oh, it's this match with Enrico, and I'm just like, oh, damn, was this a squash match? I can't remember. And then I just kicked it to the group. Hey, guys, Nix Wilde is on us. Here's a match of theirs. And
it's just me, just Zeke beating my ass before the match. And then I'm like, I got it, George. Ring the bell. And then it's just my ass getting kicked.
Yes.
I get like 1 second of
And then the sleeper hold and the NXT face.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh, what was the NXT? Show me your NXT face. I want to see your NXT.
No. It's Gianni does, right?
Gianni's NXT.
What is the NXT
Even better,
face?
show me Gianni's NXT face.
It's great. Hold on.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Go
ahead and get like that. It's like when he looks directly in the camera.
He's really good at it though. Like it's honestly like it's a good, but like that's what it looks like.
Let me put it this way. Most of the time, if you see a Gianni match on the YouTube, it's him doing the sleeper hold to somebody looking directly in the camera. It captures it almost every time. I'm astonished. I'm scrolling through here. I'm not finding it, but like he just like looks deadpan straight into the. He finds a camera, whatever angle he's doing. It's usually the same exact damn place in the ring. He's very good at that. But we've already talked to Gianni. This isn't about Gianni.
Yeah, he's a
for,
dick anyway.
But that sounds. I've never seen that. I haven't seen this bit yet, but that sounds tremendous. And the future of pro wrestling's looking bright if that's what the kids are coming up with.
I will say we do have this as a thumbnail for a Nix Wilde match.
That's really good.
Nice thumbs up there going on.
That's one of my favorite thumbnails in all of YouTube.
Yes, I literally get 3 choices. Oh wait, here it is. Is this it? Hold on. I got Gianni and Ryan Anderson of the Andersons. Let's see. Here we go.
There's more than one.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
a good one.
Yes. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. I heard the Andersons are honorary bloodline after a couple weeks ago. I just heard a rumor about that. So I just wanted to put that out there.
I mean, I can't. I'm
anybody,
not allowed. I'm not allowed to disclose.
Yes. I heard a rumor. I don't have to say who said anything, but I just, I hear things through the grapevine.
But they made an impression. They made a really good impression.
That's good.
With one of the bloodline.
Oh
really
man, honorary Usos, I think.
Yeah.
Perhaps. So, anyways, but enough about that. So that was was that the proper NXT face? I don't know. That was a little bit of a.
There's some better.
That was very smirky there.
When I think NXT face, I'm like, a proper NXT face is like, 1, 2, kick out. And then whoever was, and then they zoom in, Sorg, and then they zoom in.
Oh, you
like
one of these? One of these?
Come to me right now. No, like
no,
this, like,
no, don't
1,
tell,
2,
don't tell
kick out, and they're like,
yeah. The wild face, right? The 2 count, the 2 count O face, right? Show title 2 count O face, by the way.
And it's just like
wait. Everybody, I'm sorry, I'm looking through these thumbnails. Everybody has great facials for popping up on here. Here's a Fidel, Dior Castro just like mugging the camera
that one's
here.
Good too.
Holy crap! Oh hey, you're on the other. I think you're on the ground behind him.
I am, yes.
Oh no, there you are in the corner. Anyways, we were having fun with that, and that was terrible for the podcast. But anyways, we're gonna be talking more about Nix in a little bit. But we want to see what's going on in WWE. You watched a little bit of NXT, Matt. So that's your only toe dip in with what's her face? What's her name? I don't know.
I probably got her name already.
Brimley.
Wait.
Brinley.
Nix, have you ever met someone named
We were
Brinley?
No, no, absolutely not. We were just watching it, and that was the exact thing. That was I was like, who the hell is Brinley Reese? What does that? Whose name is that ever? I've never heard that.
What did you say? She's a workout
instructor.
aerobics.
I think she's like I think her gimmick's like an aerobics instructor.
Yeah, and they said that she's a Miss America, I guess.
No, the person
she was facing was. Oh yeah, because she came out with the crown and did the whole thing.
The Miss NXT.
Yeah.
That was Ariana Grace. That was the Santino's daughter. Actually beat her tonight. But Brinley Reese, I'm gonna. Nix, I gotta confess, I'm a bit of an NXT prospect nerd, and so I'm gonna get you a real name right now, so you can all and give you the quick and dirty on who this Brinley Reese was. Man, what was the name? Brianna Ruggiero. Impossible to pronounce last name. Brianna Ruggiero. That's the real name of Brinley Reese, and she has a background in cheerleading. She came out of Sacramento State. She's been in the system for just over a year, and I guess she's done a couple live events.
Okay, we've been training around the same time. Me and Brinley Reese have been training around the same time.
You're on the same track.
Same level. There you go.
That's like the joke about that Jay White and what's her name? Aaliyah from WWE, who was in developmental for like 7 years. They started wrestling at the same time.
Oh wow!
Jay White and Aaliyah. And now we have Nix Wilde and
Brinley Reese.
Brinley Reese.
This is the one that we
Someday
follow.
this issue between you two. Someday this issue between you two will be settled. But not today and not here and now.
She's got to leave
someday.
WWE
That's
and
right.
do intergender wrestling,
Mhm.
and they ain't gonna let it happen down
Whoa,
there.
whoa,
They're not
who
even gonna let
said-
me in the
who
door
said-
down there. They don't
who
know what
said-
to do with me.
Who's
It's
Seriously,
true. That is
seriously,
actually
come
quite
on,
true.
Nick.
Yeah.
Come on, Nick. Don't beat yourself up like that. I haven't seen one of your matches yet, but surely.
Go check out the one in the group. It'll give you. It'll
But I'm just
inform you
taking a
little
look
bit.
at you and like you seem to be a fine-looking younger person. You know, you're fine. You're what they're looking for. You walk right in the door.
By the way, I'm
too
sad
pale.
you're wearing the hat, so you can't show off the
know,
mullet
I didn't-
as much here.
I
Hold on.
can, it just will look terrible. I mean, I got these long. This looks good. Look at that.
We need Nix to do
That's a
like
good
the
long-
slow motion hair flip thing like we did with Feel
Mhm.
Bad this past weekend. So, by the way, I need to do something with that video, don't I?
Yeah. So you want to talk about NXT?
Yeah, or WWE with something. What's going on, man? Like, what are you?
They're doing this Halloween Havoc special next week.
Yes.
So we have some matches for this thing. What I saw the longest Tegan Nox match I've seen in God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
She
They're
she
really doing a
wrestled
lot with
Lyra
her.
Lyra Valkyria she wrestled. Lyra Valkyria is one hell of a prospect, sword.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of my favorites down there. But she and Tegan Nox wrestled for what felt like 15 minutes or so, and I can't remember the last time Tegan Nox wrestled for that long. I don't want to make a mean joke. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. It was nice to see. We got mysteries. Someone beat up Trick Williams. No one knows who. And we saw oh my god, and then there was a Von Wagner segment. Sorry, I don't know if you heard about this, but
Yeah.
Braun Breaker crushed Von Wagner's head with the steel steps at the end of one recent episode of NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And Vaughn has not been heard from since until tonight. And tonight, he was in a vignette and he was at an undisclosed rehabilitation facility, physical rehab facility, with his head bandaged like I don't know, like he got shot in the head with an arrow and they just kind of like did the thing around his head. And he's got like a stretch band that he's trying to like do the stretch band. He's like, it's like he's relearning. Sorg, do you remember when Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was attacked with the ring bell? And they crushed his voice box? Remember when Randy Savage did that?
Mm-hmm.
And he had to learn how to talk again?
Oh my god.
And how it like tugged at your heartstrings like that?
Mm-hmm.
This was just like that, except Von Wagner is learning to do literally everything all over again. Like walking, talking, pulling a rubber band back and forth, except my cold, icy heart feels nothing for him because I am an old man now, as opposed to way back in the day when I had tears in my eyes watching the Dragon try to learn his ABCs all over again.
You mean Von Wagner doesn't elicit the same emotional response to you that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat did?
Nix, you're young in the business. I'm going to give you a quick little piece of advice. Everything you see Von Wagner doing, don't do that.
I literally could not tell you if I've ever seen a Von Wagner match. I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't think I have, and I watch NXT every week, so I don't
Dave
know.
Podner, no. Dave Podner's asking. Dave must be asking because he doesn't follow the product if Von Wagner was attacked in the parking lot. No, he's the only NXT talent who's ever been taken out not in the parking lot. So he's the one person who was actually taken out in the ring air. It's so stupid.
In the arena, I guess.
His head was crushed with the steel steps, Sorg.
Jeez.
He's learning how to walk again now
That is a
with a
wild
bandage
angle.
wrapped around his head, like he got hit in the head with a rock or something. I don't understand. I can't get over this dumb show. This dumb show that beat the ever-loving crap out of Dynamite. Oh my God, what a sad state of affairs. This stupid show.
Wait, it did?
This stupid unstoppable juggernaut of a show.
John Cena, Undertaker, Cody Rhodes, Asuka, and I'm sure I'm missing people, right?
Oh my God.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
right.
don't make. Yeah, you don't have to make any excuses. Okay, it's all right. Take your L. If you're AEW, you got to wear this one. This tide had been turning for a long time, and granted, WWE is paying more attention to NXT lately. Sending some actual main roster talent down there, and it's drawn more eyeballs. But this thing has been. They've been surging for a while, Sorg.
Yes, absolutely.
And that was just like they knew they had them. They had Dynamite right where they want them. They had them on a night when they're not usually on. Mm-hmm. They've got this big wave of momentum.
They were coming from
They're
behind.
like, we're not letting this one get away.
Nope.
Send everybody. Send everybody. We're beating them for the first time in 2 years.
Send all the troops. Send all the troops.
Yeah, send all the troops.
And they really did. And they really actually did. Yeah.
They really did, and they really won. So that's okay. Now you got your W.
And it caused Tony Khan to go crazier. Says
it did make Tony Khan go crazy. And I wish Tony Khan wouldn't have gone crazy. I wish he would have just take your L, Tony. No one goes undefeated in this life.
Although there was a fun fact that he says John Cena hasn't been on an episode of WWE that was under 1 million. It's the lowest rated John Cena appearance ever, Matt. Ever.
Look what NXT did to John Cena, Sorg. Look what he did to Cena.
Oh,
damn
boy.
Just take your L. Just tip your hat. And as the head coaches say in the pro football, go back to the lab and try to figure out what you're gonna do next.
Oh,
and if you're AEW, your idea is get fucking Mystico in here, man. Let's go. I guess it's working. We'll see.
And start Collision with a 15-minute everybody's out there promo. I didn't know what program I was watching, especially since I had four guys formerly of WWE that were sitting out there. I was like, is Triple H booking this shit now on Saturday nights? Is that the bold move that we're doing? I'm sorry, I missed that. I'm on a break. All right, we'll talk. We'll catch Matt up on.
But that was NXT.
I will tell you.
Brinley Reese. I'm gonna say it one more time so Dave Podner can clip it. Brinley Reese. The latest.
That's wild. It's
the thing to be spurted out of the NXT name.
Why not let her be Brianna? I don't know. Her name's Brianna. Brianna Reese.
Is that her real name?
Brianna's fine. That last name.
That's fine.
Indecipherable, even for me. Ruggiero.
Yeah, I understand. No. Maybe Reese.
No one can do that.
Just Brianna Reese. That's a good one.
Brinley.
No, I refuse.
Maybe it's like Pillman Jr.'s name, and it has some deep, significant personal meaning. I made fun of Pillman Jr.'s new name for like a minute, and then found out that why he chose it, and I was like, I'll let it go. But you know what? Brinley Reese, if there's a deep personal backstory to your ring name, I will let it slide. If not, prepare to be mocked for the next however long you last in this great business until our boy gets until our guy here, our fella, our wrestler gets to you. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. They're coming for you.
I didn't know where he was going. I was like, he's talking about you. That's right.
Me.
Oh, he's talking about you again.
No.
I completely screwed it up. I tried so hard.
Listen, you don't like. I'm not. Nobody's gonna be. You son of a fucker! How dare you? I'm not. It's fine. We're not.
You're gonna lock on that sleeper hold. You're gonna stare into the camera. It's gonna be great.
There you go. That's Gianni. That's Gianni. Anyways, a lot of great discussions happening here. Of course, all over the place. We're streaming on IndyWrestling.US network, as well as the Twitch and YouTube, Wrestling Mayhem Show YouTube, Sorgatron Media Twitch page. But of course, the main chat is happening at the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook. That's where you guys can are finding each other as well. I see that. Cameraman Rob says, I watched most of the show and couldn't tell you who any of the non-main roster women are that aren't Gigi. All right.
You know what? My favorite thing whenever I was following this every week, and I still retain a lot of that information. Is whenever they would put up like some picture of just like 12 random women from NXT on a graphic, and like everyone who doesn't watch NXT pops up, and it's just like, I don't know who any of these people are, and I look at them and I go, I can name every single one of those people, and I'm ashamed of it. I hate myself for this, but I know all of those people.
Your superpower, like you're watching Next Level, you're watching whatever.
Oh my God,
Level Up.
I've never seen an
Level Up. The Akira Tozawa show.
Yes, yeah.
They got
Level
Akira
Up.
Tozawa on Level Up.
Well, you see, they did this weird like G1 ripoff for a shot of the Heritage Cup.
Yeah, with
Oh.
blocks and stuff.
Nonsense. But and they were like,
Oh.
we're gonna bring someone in from like every country, all these different countries, like an international competition. And so they realized, hey, let's get Akira Tozawa, because then Japan, and people are like, cool, Akira Tozawa, they're gonna let Tozawa cook on NXT. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Oh.
They put him on. They put him on Level Up for like
That's a
half
shame.
of the
That is a
matches.
shame.
The other ones they just like squash, whatever.
That is a
Jesus
shame.
Christ.
Well,
It's
you can
good.
tell us your favorite NXT women at goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. Or on our social media, Wrestling Mayhem Show, Mayhem Show on most of the social medias. We're on the Mastodons. We're on the Mike has a joke for that, I'm sure. Something about Vader time. We're on Threads. We're on everything. You can talk with us in the comments on the YouTube. Please drown out the weird people on YouTube.
Give us the weird.
Yes. So speaking of YouTube, Casey War is here in the chat. Says, I want all of the wholesome Nix Wilde content.
None of it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm just-
This is the Nix gets raw.
No. I'm breaking out. I'm breaking out of my shell.
Yes.
Nix, are you an agent of the forces of good or the forces of evil?
Good. Always good. I take after my my hero Jonathan Cena. In that way that I will always be good.
Never give up.
Even whenever
Never give
I'm
up.
bad,
Yes.
I'm good.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I don't know,
Podner says Matt can't remember what he had for dinner, but knows the NXT lower level women.
It's true.
It's true. I remember the women's names more than my two children's names.
What's your name?
You.
Brinley?
Thing,
Brinley is your
thing
name?
one.
Brinley?
Thing one
Oh,
or
it's
thing
Mason.
two.
Oh God,
Oh,
I'm sorry,
no.
son.
Oh, no. Also, if you guys, thank you for supporting the show. For some reason, at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show, you guys keep the train rolling here. The server's running and all that kind of stuff over there. Thank you so much, friends at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as Ed Berg, Team Hammerfist, and Bobby F. J. Town. I miss Bobby F. J. Town. Poppy Club level. I miss all these guys because I haven't seen a lot of them in person in a while. Poppy Club level. Dave Profod Bonner, spouse of Roost Jewelry Affair at roostjewelryaffair.com. And Rats in a Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid. At the Pizza Club level, Doc Remedy, The Riz, and Lance Fisher. And at the manager level, Bradley. You guys can support the show too. And I'll say your name funny at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. We had a warm-up session before the show with Matt to get him back in the vibe of the show. And I think we pre-educated you on our guest a little bit. I can't remember what else happened there. We talked the dirt on dirt sheets a little bit, and
More about it. I mean, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about wrestling media?
yeah.
I'll talk all night about it.
There you go. So actually, I was going to say on the Patreon, I want to ask what you learned from working in wrestling media over the last year or so. So we're going to hold that for the Patreon. So he's excited about that one. I'm giving you. Like, we have our what we learned from wrestling. Like, let's extend that out. And I feel like that'll be a nice little hook for you guys on Patreon that do that. So we do appreciate everybody that does support us over there. Let's talk about Nix Wilde, the Enby Riot, right here, a product of the T2T Academy, Pittsburgh, 880 Wrestling. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm doing good. I'm up way past my bedtime.
But perfect.
I'm happy to be here.
Wonderfully glazed, and he walked in. They
brought
walked
coffee.
in with a coffee cup.
That's my Carly Rae Jepsen mug.
Yeah,
Oh my
nobody came
God.
in with a full mug, like a ceramic
coffee.
mug
Yeah.
of coffee.
And it's like my favorite mug, and I mean I have a travel mug. I could have just brought a travel mug, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to bring. Maybe she's watching. I don't know.
Carly, if you're out there, good times.
I just want to be your best friend. I just want to be your friend.
Good times. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. We'll connect you with Nix.
Tag her, partner. Tag her.
Yeah, make it happen. Hold on, let me tag this for the clips. Carly Rae Jepsen. All right, that's for later. I'll grab that later. We'll see what happens there. So
anyway, that's product placement.
Reese says that's a good mug.
Thanks, Reese.
There you go.
That's my bud. That's my buddy.
So, well, at first, like, so people don't, like, of course, you know, you're a part of the Wildflowers with Tatiana, tag teaming there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about your feud with Zeke Mercer of all people, and everything. But with 880 Wrestling, I think you were part of the class that started last year. Like,
yes.
I think we've had all of your classmates, I think, at this point. Gianni, Casey War. Reese, we gotta get Reese on.
Reese.
That's the one I'm missing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm
the
missing
missing
Reese
piece
for
of
my
the
collection.
puzzle.
Reese, give me a Tuesday in November. Well, let's get this done, okay? Anyways, but you guys started, I think, like August of last year,
August
if I'm
1st.
not mistaken. August 1st of last year.
Was, it was a Monday. Yep, I remember.
It was a Monday.
I remember a lot of details.
It was a Chris Monday.
It was it was
It's
a
a Chris Monday in New Kensington. It smelled of hopes and alcohol and that guy that pissed on the corner.
No, it didn't smell like alcohol yet.
Okay.
It was day one. No beer.
That was day
much
3.
probably had been in that building yet. So now there's been a lot. Now it's a lot.
Ooh,
but
whose
yeah,
pumpkin beer is this? I guess it's mine now.
If it's unopened and it's in that refrigerator, I think
There's
you're good to
one
go.
pumpkin beer that's been floating around for like a month right now.
Damn, I don't know whose that could be. But yeah, it was a very, very important day, so I remember it very vividly. I threw up a lot that day.
All right, the perfect first day then. So that's what it smelled like after a while. Okay, I got you. How'd you get hooked up with the T22 crowd?
So it came because I started going to the Enjoy shows, Enjoy Wrestling, and you go all the way back to like pre-pandemic, whenever they were handing out little flyers in front of the first Dynamite show at Peterson Event Center. That's where I learned about Enjoy, and then the ball rolled from there. So I like that, like it, little things that happen that make your dreams come true, and that was really. So I went to that first show at like the Priory. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Priory.
Yeah. Well, I went to that.
Which I love. The other show I went to there was the Black Craft show.
Oh shit, that's right. That did happen. I watched the stream of that. That was
I was in
bonkers
person. I
show.
felt like I was going someplace after
was-
that.
There was something. Yeah, I don't know. There was.
Let's just
But
say it was
yeah.
the opposite of Enjoy Wrestling.
Yeah. But yeah, I went to that that show, and that was the first time I'd seen. I hadn't gone to a lot of indie wrestling shows up to that point, so like I went to that, and I was like, boom, instantly just in love with like everybody on that whole card. Darius Lockhart and Lee Moriarty happened on that show.
Yeah.
And like Effie and Billy Dixon, and then MV and oh crap,
Max, I think.
yeah, Max,
Yeah.
Maxine Paler, yeah, and that whole show was like, I'm gonna do that, and then a couple months later, MV like talked about, I heard that he was gonna open a school, and I was like, okay, and my Reese was working with Enjoy doing camera and stuff, so that's how I found out about it, and then the ball rolled, and then it took a couple months for it to happen, and then literally the week before it happened, before it opened, Reese texted me and was like, hey, MV's first class is on Monday, do you want to go with me? And I was like, it was like Friday, and I was like, Allie, I think I'm gonna start training. I was like, my partner, I was like, Allie, I think I'm gonna start training, and they were like, when? And I was like, Monday, because I had been talking about it for like months of like, I really want to do this, and like I'm just not sure where or when or what to do. So and then MV opened up that school, and the rest, I was like, this is the perfect place for me.
That's awesome.
20 minutes from like Highland Park where I live, so it was like
Like
better than
I remember like we did that barbecue show that was down the road of Voodoo Lounge, and I think like the ring got there, and it was going to then go to like to that space
Like
right after,
permanently. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it was just like, and I didn't know what to think about it, until like coming back for, like, I think we did the Thanksgiving show, maybe.
Yeah, that's where I met you.
Yeah. Okay.
I did commentary that night, and that's
You
how
did
I met
commentary?
you. Yeah.
We'll have to go back on that one.
You can hear, like, before the stream starts, you can hear us like just just talking a little bit. I'm just like, so I was so scared of everybody at that show. Like, I didn't know anybody, so I was just like we were trying to make small talk. You can hear us for a little bit.
Who was your broadcast partner on that one?
Remy.
That was Remy.
Yeah,
Remy LeVay.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I met Remy that night too. It was like, so it was
Very
a really great. I met a lot of good people that night that made me really solidified. I was like, this is great.
I was probably like, Remy's on commentary with some random dude I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like, what is this promotion about?
I had done commentary one other time, like on the Enjoy Patreon. That's up for like their summer recess last year. I just like expressed interest, and they were like, yeah, sure.
Cool. We need somebody.
Yeah.
Come on. There's a little bit of like, not to diminish, but there's a little bit of warm body roll that happens in pro wrestling.
Sometimes.
Like, oh, can you physically hold a camera? Come on down.
I found that out.
Yeah. That's how a lot of people get kind of looped in, and then they find another job that suits them, that actually suits them, or become a wrestler, or whatever the case may be. Right. Mine was a website. So go ahead, Matt.
Nix, did you get the wrestling broadcaster announcer bug when you were just sitting in there, or did you did that quickly pass and you moved on?
Well, I mean, I wanted to like when I started, I wanted to try to like dabble in whatever I could, all of it. There was actually a week where I quit wanting to train to be a wrestler and was like, I just want to be a referee because I got like I fucked up my rib and I was like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I literally broke my rib on taking taking a shoulder tackle. So, which is embarrassing. But anyway, yeah, I had always wanted to try commentary. I wanted to try announcing. I wanted to try, being a ref. Like I really wanted to try to dabble. And I was like, MV, I'll do commentary for the Thanksgiving show, not really thinking he would say yes. I did not really have, I was like, well, I'm just going to try. And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? Okay. I've only done this one other time. I'll do a live wrestling show that's, in front of all of your followers on YouTube.
I'm flipping through this. It was MV's very illegal show that's happening the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, dude.
I remember one match was completely not a Survivor style, completely not a Survivor Series 5-on-5 elimination style match.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's so many fun people. Like Max is on this, PB Spoo's on this.
It was good. It was a wild
crazy. Show. Jeez, I don't even. Wow, I can't believe this wasn't even a year ago at this point.
I know.
And how does it only have 500 hits with all those people on? I need to repush this or something.
Honestly, it was a really good show.
It was crazy. But that was my first. I think it's the first time I worked in that space, and we could talk more about 880 here in a little bit. But I do have some questions for you.
Sure.
First of all, we did some research, some pre-show research, if you will. What's the deal with True Blue Nix Wilde? You're, of course, the Enby Riot now. You're a wildflower, but you were True Blue Nix Wilde.
My first match, I came out wearing just the most generic blue trunks and blue kick pads. And there was this kid in the front that was chanting like blue the whole time. Did not know my name. Nobody knew my name.
Yeah.
And like this kid's just like chanting, hey, blue, like go blue. And like I didn't really have like a moniker. I was like just I was still trying to figure that out. And I was like, I'll lean into this blue thing, and like, but also like True Blue is like like just true good, like I'm loyalty and whatever, like, and all that shit. So I was like, all right. And then I realized, and then that kid never came back to another show. He took.
You made him quit the business.
He asked me for like my picture. Like,
wait, did you win the match? Did you say?
No, I lost.
Oh,
I was
see.
It was well,
you killed the business for him.
I mean, he literally asked me for my picture after the show. Like we took a selfie together. It was cool, but then he never came back.
Because he hit the heights.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, man, that's awesome. I got a fan, and then I haven't seen him since. So, and I was like, well, sorry, kid, I'm not true blue. I'm not blue anymore.
Wait, if he comes back, will you return? Will that be at least a co-moniker of True Blue?
No, I'm turning heel that night.
And you're fucking.
As soon as I see
you're
him,
fucking clotheslining that
as soon
kid.
as I see him,
Super kick that kid.
yeah, dude. No. I'm just
So
kidding.
the heel persona is True Blue. I like this.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
where this is going.
Yeah, we're switching
And
it
you
up.
start swearing a lot. It would be great.
Remember, you were always good, even when you were a heel.
Yes,
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. Oh my god. We were talking last show about this Ed show that brought up. So I told you to bring any odd programming notes to me for this interview, and you told me about teen dramas and Degrassi.
Yeah. I just really like teen dramas.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of teen dramas. The 90210 reboot that came out, like the
you feel
late
it.
aughts.
Matt, do you feel aged now?
Don't worry, I got a question that'll make you feel old.
Okay,
So-
all right.
You know, like Riverdale. Well, I was big into Riverdale. It got a little unhinged for me. I'm kind of falling off of that. But listen, have you never seen Riverdale? Have you ever seen Riverdale?
I don't think I've seen
Okay,
it. No,
listen.
no, because it's basically like a very twisted Archie comic, right?
Yeah. Just to tee up like how like wild this show is.
I've been wanting to try it.
There's a part. It's like in the first or second season. Archie is in prison. He's like in prison and like he's trying to put together like a football game, and he wants to like have all these dudes come together and like have let's have a football game. And he's talking to these his inmates, and he's just like, obviously you've never experienced the epic highs and lows of high school football. And just imagine like telling that to an incarcerated person.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what it's like you don't understand anything until you felt the epic highs and lows of high school football. That's a real line from that show. And I just like, I love that shit. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, and I can just
Does
sit back.
this inform some of your persona coming up here? Are you gonna work this in a little bit?
I mean, probably, yeah. I don't know. I just like to. I like my whole persona is I'm happy. You know, I don't know. That's not it. You know, but like I like to enjoy stuff, and that's like one of the things is I just really like to enjoy just some dumb media. I don't know. I like to. I like to watch dumb shit sometimes.
Well, that's a quote.
It's fun.
This is a podcast about professional wrestling. All we do is watch dumb
I mean,
shit
fair
here.
enough.
Yeah. Did you hear the first segment on NXT? Have you seen any of their promos?
The dumbest stuff. Even when it's good, it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's pro wrestling.
Like, why is there soap opera music playing over this segment right now? Right? Like they put so much time into stuff to make it look like a the English version of a Spanish drama. Like
That's a good point, Sorg. Like a lot of people do compare NXT to teen dramas. Nick, maybe you should check it out. I've even heard it compared maybe like Disney Channel level acting sometimes on some of these backstage segments. This might be right up your alley.
I kind of understand why USA loves it so. I don't know, we were talking about NXT now during this interview. I kind of understand why NXT loves it so much because it's really on par sometimes with Up All Night with Gilbert Gottfried back in the day. So it's kind of very La Femme Nikita-esque. So all we need is some filter playing.
If only you could get to La Femme Nikita levels of drama.
I don't know.
NXT.
You see
Maybe
how
we'd have something.
You see how they're dressing some of those girls these days. That's getting very. It's getting there.
Oh, Thea Hale, look what they've done to you.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh,
So
terrible.
Anyways.
Yeah,
Look what they've done to our sweet baby girl. Anyway,
I think there's a great parallel between teen drama and soap opera. I mean, soap opera and wrestling.
Oh, yeah, that's
definitely.
wrestling.
But
Sure,
like, yeah, maybe,
sure.
yeah, maybe I don't know, teen drama and wrestling. Maybe it's all the same, baby.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my my gosh. Well, you can see a lot of Nix Wilde over on IndyWrestling.us for free. 880 Wrestling is our free streaming partner over there. Part of YouTube, part of our network, all for free. Twitch page before they expire, I guess. There's a shelf life for Twitch streams. It was like, like get it in 2 weeks, But anyways. And everybody dumped all their wrestling on there, and then it disappeared. It's like, all right. But anyways, big show coming up, of course, this Friday. Of course, Thursday Night Fights is going to be happening, but this Friday is the big World Series show that's going to be very, very big. Do you know what you're doing on the World Series show yet? Is that public? I don't know. The card. I usually don't know the card until the night of.
Sure, an hour before.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe half hour.
Maybe
if you're lucky.
Maybe less. Maybe
yeah.
Maybe we're live and I'm plugging in titles. I don't know.
Maybe we're filming a commercial 5 minutes before the actual show is supposed to go on the air.
Yeah. We're gonna run that commercial later. So.
Well, no, that commercial we actually got out of the way pretty early.
Yeah, you did.
But the one
I was
last
still
month
sweating
was
a little
bad.
bit. I was still sweating a little bit on that one. I'm like, how many matches are we doing, guys? But anyways.
Yeah. I believe. It's me, Tatiana, and Remy actually. I think versus members only and Zeke Mercer. These fuckers fighting for Lawless, and I'm gonna beat all of them up. And so is Tatiana, and so is Remy. We're gonna take turns just beat.
He's punching on camera. If you guys are.
Oh yeah. Sorry, not everybody can see me do it.
No. You gave him sound effects. I like that you gave him sound effects at least. Like
punch.
It's a theater of the mind.
Yeah, for sure.
So, go check out IndyWrestling.us, of course, the network and everything. And of course, this past weekend we had RWA's Bloody Harvest as well as VCW's Go Big or Go Home. Real quick, because we're still technically in the ad, Matt. What was your highlight from RWA's Bloody Harvest on Saturday that you helped film?
Oh my gosh. Boy, you're really putting me on the spot here.
Well, I'll tell you, VCW had Ricardo Rodriguez, who was fantastic, and against Facade. Some sweet lucha shit there.
I really wanted to.
Nice.
I'm sad I missed that.
Well, I'll send you a link later.
Okay.
And that's your perk for being on the show.
I mean, RWA Sorg. I mean, we saw J-Rock versus John McChesney. I mean, that's just a gorgeous little confluence of independent pro wrestling veterans right there. And I just love like some of the young talent in RWA kind of doing their thing right now. Gorgeous Gregory cracks me up. How old is he again?
I don't know. Real young.
I've heard varying reports.
Oh yeah.
Very young. I've heard very young, absurdly young. So we'll see. Anyway, and Shadow Man, like. These guys are doing great, like they're just coming along. It's so fun to watch them come back, and they get a little bit better every month you see them.
I love you brought up McChesney and Jordy's in the chat room
What's up, Jordy?
as well. What's up? So, fantastic show. Of course, heading off with a Gambino street fight for the main event, the Brotherhood against the Gambinos, and of course, it barely happened in the ring. Okay, and of course, this was on our free preview that we had for it, but you got to see the Runway defend their RWA Tag Team Championships against Beastman and the Honey Badger. Fantastic match. Go check it out for free. Look for the pre-show on the YouTube. For that, you're gonna have to fast forward a little bit past the commercials, but we're it's in there, I promise. So go check all that stuff out. It was a wild show, and like I said, VCW had Ricardo and Facade. We also had on the pre-show we had a wrestling mime, and we had Super Oprah versus Danny Moe. And we had, what else happened on that show? Beastman and Remy LeVay in the main event for the VCW Championship. Of course, Tag Teams Championship with our friends Malachi Gage and Christian Noir. The Origin over there. We had a bull rope match with Cowpoke Paul and Mad Dog Myers. I'm sure there's something else I'm missing from that show. Go check all of it out if you're part of it. Subscribe, get the free trial over at IndyWrestling.Network. Check out this weekend's shows. And we will have on, I believe the RWA and VCW shows next month are also expected to be streaming live to you as well. We're having good streaming weekends because the RWA VCW shows are back-to-back a lot of the times. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And, of course, 2PW coming up. December is going to be the live stream for that. We got a pretty cool announcement coming up for Prospect Pro Wrestling in December as well, which is also going to be, I think, every show No. The RWA and 2PW are that weekend. But anyways, IndyWrestling.us.
Org, I promised I'd ask a question that would make you feel old.
Okay, go for it.
So I want to ask Nix, what's your earliest pro wrestling memory? What's your earliest memory of pro wrestling, perhaps from your childhood?
Okay. My first memory of pro wrestling. Okay. I think I always think about the thing that got me like really into wrestling, and I would have to say that was it was leading into WrestleMania 20.
Oh.
And I know. I was 9. I was 9.
It's not terrible. At least it's not
Not
like
too bad. Not too bad.
I was 9,
not
and it
WrestleMania
was-
30.
It was Benoit versus Shawn Michaels on a Monday Night Raw. It was like they were. I don't know. They were. It was like I think they went like it was a crazy match. It took up like the entire last segment of Raw. It was wild, and I was like, I love this.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Believe me, that guy that you mentioned that we try not to mention.
Sure. Yeah.
He did it for a lot of folks back then. He got a lot of people into it.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, yeah.
It's unfortunate we have to put an asterisk by it, but like I think it's like he was a special wrestler.
Yeah.
At the
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah.
So,
That's not. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we could say he wasn't that person yet. So I would hope.
For sure. Yeah.
But anyways, WrestleMania 20, boy, you are young from Sean. From Sean, is that Sean Patrick in the chat room? I'm seeing. Well, of course he's calling
Sean
you young.
Patrick.
He's like he was.
Yo.
Sean Patrick was wrestling before WrestleMania 1, I think. If I have my time.
What?
Hey.
Did you hear our interview with him?
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah,
Sorg, are you gonna tell what your earliest memory of pro wrestling is?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan and Paul Orndorff in the big blue cage landing at the same time
Damn. Hell
on
yeah.
the floor.
Hell yeah.
So I'm relatively. I may be mixing again. I've been starting to question whether I saw that on VHS or if I actually saw the episode of Main Event. Because it's like I know I've watched it like 100 times.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, hell yeah.
Like that was it. That's what.
not that-
No! I'm wrong. Sean started in 1988.
Oh well then.
So, but at least I'm sure his memory predates WrestleMania. So, anyways, jeez, WrestleMania 20, very young. We got some more chats in
My
here.
first
as
memory is
well.
probably older than that. Probably. I mean, I did play WCW versus NWO Revenge a lot before I ever even started really watching wrestling.
On the N64.
Yeah, I want to play that a lot.
Yeah.
I sucked at it.
Yeah. Yep. And I had an LCD WrestleMania game.
But you were also terrible at it.
Well, I don't think
Those
anybody's
things were hard.
good. How can anybody be good at it?
I don't know. Yeah.
From the chat room, Marco Narcissi's out there. Narciso. Yeah, I'm saying that right? Yeah. It's not in front of me, so I'm not doing it right. So, Nix Wilde, I love you.
Marco, I love you.
Everybody's yelling. Reese says blue, blue, blue.
Fuck you, Reese. I love you. I love you. I love blue.
I say 880 Wrestling, you're part of that.
You better
of
be
course.
careful, Nix. These chants are going to come back here if we're not careful.
Yeah. Let's see what's going to pop up here on Thursday and Friday. You're part of 880 Wrestling. You're part of the home crew there. One thing I like you guys all seem to have a hand in the production and the getting things together for the shows, at least on the Thursday nights. Like, I think I've seen some of you guys book it, putting it together when MV's not there or something.
A little bit, yeah. Definitely like giving our
it's a team effort.
Yeah, and our opinions are usually taken to heart, unless they're bad thoughts. Like and then,
There are
everybody's
bad questions
MV,
here.
Like I don't know, well MV or is always I love MV because he will not. If you have a bad idea, he will absolutely tell you it's a bad idea.
I remember
And I love that.
One of the first Thursday night shows we did back in February. There was an argument, MV and somebody, I can't remember who, about who goes out first. The heel or the face. Right?
Reese.
Okay, all right.
Reese.
That's what I thought. I wasn't gonna throw it under the bus, but
No, we could throw him.
all right. It was just I just remember a back and forth. I'm just like, okay, that's interesting.
No, Reese is very adamant that he wants to come out first so much. I'm sorry, he's not here to defend himself, but
no, but he's in the chat room.
Oh,
to
that's
defend
true.
himself.
He is, but we can block him, right?
We could, but
We could
why
just
would
block
I?
him, right?
Then he won't be able to watch the show when
And
he's
he's
not,
so-
not around on Thursdays.
He's so adamant about like coming out first, and if he was like, "No, you don't come out first. You can't do that."
Yeah, you got to have the face
Unless, like,
second
you
to
know.
pop everybody, right?
Yeah.
going
The
into
face
match.
goes second?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay. See, I would think. I was sitting here thinking in my head, like, what's the right answer? And I'm like, maybe the face goes out first to get the crowd excited.
Most of the time, it's the face comes out second, unless
The face
usually
comes
if
out
if the heel has a title though, then it turns out, and it flips.
Right,
Sometimes.
well,
Sometimes.
And then if you want
What
to do
it does MV? Is that what MV says? MV says the face comes out second.
Well, yeah, there was a big
I just
hoopla.
want to know what MV says.
He was like,
Oh, I
yeah,
know
you got to
what you're right.
who won this argument, I wonder.
Face comes out second,
I just wanna know what the-
unless there's other circumstances, unless there's like no, you were going, but yeah, I don't know, yeah.
There are no hard and fast rules. This is pro wrestling.
He's like, I want to hear about this when I go back to training.
MV. MV says no matter what. Yeah.
Envy's not watching. He's got other things going on. He might
Are you
be
sure
he
about
might
that?
be sleeping. Maybe he's watching. I
The
don't
chat
know.
room has ears. Come on.
I don't know. It's his entire fucking class in here on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, I
so-
know.
He's
it's all getting
probably
back.
are the Pens playing tonight? He's probably watching the Pens. I don't know.
No, because Katie. Well, maybe they're away. Because Katie was on Awesome Cast, so
Oh,
they're not in town.
Oh, okay.
That's my barometer. That's my barometer. Like, is Katie not here? The Pens must be in town because she's working the arena. Okay, yeah. Anyways, sorry, I'm crossing shows again. Where the hell? Oh, 880 again. You guys are very involved in this. I don't know. Because I know a lot of you guys have been getting to other shows, and it's always interesting going for the Tuesday night fight or Thursday night fights. This is Tuesday, and we fight here verbally. Going from that that kind of environment, which is I consider a very atypical environment for wrestling, is what happens at 880, right?
Yeah.
And then have you had a chance to get to a lot of other shows that I would call the more, I consider like other guys we work with locally outside of you guys, like the more standard Pittsburgh show kind of thing. Not this cool punk rock vibe like you guys got going on without chairs. For instance, poor Sean Patrick has to stand all night. I'm worried about him in the back there. Anyways, but have you had a chance to get a lot of more shows and get some variety in audiences?
A little bit, yeah. Not quite a whole as much as I kind of would like to, but I've went to T2T Brooklyn back in March. That was my first time out of state, and then I think I didn't do anything until I did do VCW in Moundsville, back in
was that
July.
one of the bar shows
It was
that
just a
they
bar
did?
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, Casey, and Reese in a triple threat. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Did that. Went to Naptown back in August.
That's
was it August?
Indiana,
or September?
right?
Yeah,
That's
Indianapolis.
a big Indiana trip I heard about.
Big
'Cause I think you guys
Indianapolis
didn't you
trip.
guys have like a Friday show, Indiana, and then like a no ring show on Sunday?
Yeah. Well, wait. Was that the night? Was that the day before the no ring?
I don't know, something, or maybe it's Taco Mania or something.
No. Nothing was happening that Sunday. I would have been dead. Yeah, that was crazy. We had to leave at 5 a.m. on Saturday, the day after having Friday show. That oh my god.
Welcome to the business.
Oh
kid.
my god, it was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, 6 hours there, 6 hours back. But it was a lot of fun. We had a good time.
Good.
It was good.
One of many upcoming road trips, I'm sure.
But I really I love, what we're doing with 880, and I want to get out more, but I really am still trying to like hone myself and like hone my own craft within there. Obviously, like you need to branch out to do more of that, but yeah, I'm just really proud. Like to me, like this is crazy what I'm doing. Like this is what I wanted to do when I'm on I can do a weekly wrestling show.
Yeah.
What? That's nuts. That's crazy. I'm on a weekly wrestling show, and that's still like growing, like slowly but surely, like growing, and that's like so cool to be a part of that community and stuff.
Fans in Austria.
Yeah, hell yeah, we got fans in Austria. We're doing it. I got a weird email from somebody, just an email.
Yeah.
Asking for like what my my song was, like my entrance music was, and I was like,
yeah, I heard about this.
Is it? How'd you get my email? I don't even know. Okay, no, I think it's on my Nix Wilde Instagram, but still, I was like, just DM me.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I just love what we got going on right here, for right now. But yeah, I'm still working on. Oh, and I got to work for Enjoy. What the hell am I doing? I got to work for Enjoy. Holy crap! That one slipped right past me.
The one that got you into it.
Yo, and that was the one that was. Ooh, that's crazy. No, that was like another thing was like Enjoy was one of the goals for me. Like that was that was one of my major goals.
That's wild. That it's like it's this early of a promotion and already a goal for people to show up to. You know, and even like I've heard like rumblings of people. It was weird being in South Bend and somebody brought up 880.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. It's somebody that Ref George knows. George Ross knows or something like that, because I'm like, yeah, we're in New Kent, because we literally like did that one Thursday show, went out to South Bend to do, speaking of 5 a.m.s, to do Warrior, and then we had Cleveland with Exodus, so we had like a 3-day stint. Shit. So like, and we're out there and like people are like, yeah, I know this, you know, and you know, it's really this is the biggest thing, I think, for you guys, and you know, I'm seeing it on in my work. You literally don't know who's watching you.
Right.
You literally don't know who's seeing your clips on
Right.
social media, seeing the YouTube streams or anything like that. This podcast, you
For
know, sure. and that's why you got to kind of put your all. You know, not that I need to tell you this, but you kind of need to think about your persona and how you're presenting pretty much all the time online, at least.
For
right?
sure. Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, you're totally right. Absolutely. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah. The amount of like content that I'm just sitting like that I have available to me to like show, to just put on Instagram, you know, just to like, here's a clip of me doing this thing. And I mean, talking to MV whenever we started this, of like, whenever we started Thursday Night Fights, he was like, I used to have to, you know, buy the DVD from the place I wrestled for in order to get my content and then burn it onto my computer, and then like just so I could post a small clip or make a highlight reel, and now I could literally just go through IndyWrestling.us and pick out my favorite clips.
That's been a big thing for me, because I've actually had to fight promoters over this. Like, no, they get the fucking footage.
Yeah.
Because that promotes them, you, and me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why people don't fucking connect that.
Yeah, that's just what makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a whole symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, because the more that you put clips out, and they got my logo in the corner, they got 880's logo in the corner,
Absolutely.
I reshare and tell people to buy shit, you know.
Yeah.
The promotion is out there for people to say, oh, what's this? This looks cool. You know, that vibe and everything. Like, it's like, is a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, for
and
real.
I don't understand why promoters don't fucking get this.
I know.
Sorry, I'm going on a rant here. This should have been for the Patreon. Anyways, we got to talk about the elephant in the room here. Zeke Mercer, a regular on this show, a favorite on this show. Oh, he's on here a lot. Yes, I know you've had an issue with him. I know one night he had, I think, quote, kicked you in your non-binary gonads.
Yeah.
Was the call.
Yeah, they did. And I've been kicked more times in the balls by Zeke Mercer than
It's kind of their thing.
Anybody else. And all he had to do was do it twice, and then that was more than anybody else.
Yeah.
But that's been a whole running theme, though, of me getting hit in the.
I hate.
Non-binary
I know
gonads
something's
lot.
up when he looks at me. Like we're backstage and I'm producing. He just looks at me. He's like, I'm gonna be ignorant tonight. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh man, they need to be stopped. Zeke needs to be stopped.
Yes. So
I did stop them. I beat them a bunch.
Yes. I think he. I had no follow up for that.
Put them through 2 doors. I
yes.
put Zeke through 2 doors.
Through 2 doors. You literally showed them the door.
I did. And they came back in, kicked me in the nuts again, and I was like, you gotta go.
And I think that was on last month's show, which was the what was it called? Oh, it was the Behemoth End of Summer Brawl.
Yeah.
Bash. Yeah, that's right.
That's probably one of my most. That's one of my most proud matches so far.
That's probably like the biggest match I think you've been involved in so far, right? Except for this 880 championship match I shared over in the group.
Oh my god.
Sorry. All right, you're on. I think you're on most of the important social medias as well. If anybody wants to follow you up, of course, we mentioned your Instagram. Got a lot of clips up there to see what you're about up there, right?
I'm mostly on Instagram. I am on Twitter. I still call it Twitter.
Whatever.
I'm still on Twitter.
Fuck it.
I don't tweet very much. I do not do much on there, but yeah, Instagram, not Facebook. Just my personal's on Facebook, and you can't be into it. I'm not accepting friend requests on Facebook right now. I get too many from people I don't know.
Yeah, I get really weird about
I
that too.
hate it.
I have a big backlog of friend requests.
A lot of them. Sorry, everybody. If I met you, I don't remember.
My worst thing is people following me with their shoot names, and I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't look like I don't know what this is. It's like a picture of your kid. I ain't following you. You know. So.
But yeah, Instagram and the Twitter machine.
There you go. Nix Wilde. It's just like Nix_Wilde.
Nix
right?
_Wilde with the E at the end.
With the E at the end.
Wild.
There you go. So you're gonna stick around. We're gonna talk a little bit AEW, of course.
Yeah.
We're gonna catch Matt up on what's happening there, I guess. So, you know, I don't know. Some guy named Adam showed up a couple weeks ago, so I don't even know if you know that at this point, right? Anyways, we're gonna take a quick break. You're gonna see a little preview. We got a big stream weekend again, of course, with 880 Wrestling Thursday and Friday. What is Saturday? Oh, I'm doing something non-wrestling on Saturday. Actually, 247. So if you are, I will, and not to cross the streams here.
There is a wrestling hook here.
There is a wrestling hook here, but also I want to give a shout out to my friends at 247 Fighting Championship. They're having shows Friday and Saturday down in Washington. I think it's Washington, PA, down at the Meadows Casino, Hollywood Casino down there. They're doing a Sprawl in the Berg thing. It's the second time they've done this. I'm going to be at 880, but I want to give a shout out. Our two friends of the show are going to face off in the Octagon. Returning to MMA, Victor Benjamin, the Savage Gentleman, against Garrison Creed, who we've talked to on the show as well. I know I've seen him out, and I feel like he came into RWA once, but I know I've seen him out of Warrior Wrestling. So definitely very, very cool to see that connecting. They have a lot of kind of interesting rules matches happening that night from what I saw. Like a lot of grappling and stuff, right?
Okay.
So very interesting. But I'll be out there Saturday night producing that show, and that's always a really good time with those guys. So if you're looking for Saturday night, I don't think there's a wrestling show on Saturday in the area. Who knows at this point? There's 3 last Saturday.
We're doing wrestling on Saturday.
No, you're doing wrestling on Saturday.
880's doing another thing.
But you guys are early.
Yeah,
so hypothetically, somebody could go to your show and come down to the 247.
That's true.
So and see some violence.
Bunch of violence
the MMA shows are kind of a blast, honestly, but a little higher ticket, but a good time. And then Sunday, we have our friends at Top Rope Tabletop, and in a moment, you're going to hear a little bit of a preview and a catch-up if what's happened previously on Top Rope Tabletop. We'll be right back in a couple moments after this.
Previously on Top Rope Tabletop, one done. The gang had reached an accord with a fire giant, Rosar. Part of that accord involves going to go get the water gem to the eastern coast. But before they do this, some familial issues need to be resolved. Ishin, with the rest of the crew, go to find his father's cabin up north. They stop in a small town to rest. And at night, a shadowy figure in a cloak is revealed. And he sees the face of his long-lost mother, who he believed to be dead. What will happen to this? Well, tune in early Sunday and find out on Top Rope Tabletop. See you soon.
October 20th at the World Series, MB Young, the gavel David Lawless is going to end your career in the building that I took right out from under you.
I'm gonna crush your skull just like I'm gonna crush this dinner.
I'd like to see you try.
880 Wrestling's 2023 World Series, Friday, October 20th at 880 Fifth Avenue in New Kensington, Pennsylvania.
Wrestling Mayhem Show. We are here. Matt Carlins returns to the show.
Hello, everybody.
And, of course, the Enby Riot. Nix Wilde, star of 880 Wrestling and the commercials.
Star?
Yes. Well, because I want to bring up, because we were talking about, like Matt saw that World Series ad that we played during the video break here. And he's like, I don't know if he's seen this one. But you were kind of a vital piece of this commercial.
I'm very proud of this.
For last month's Bro Hemet Bash. Oh, I'm trying to play it. There we go. There you go. There you are, running down the street. Running down the street, running around the corner. Everybody's all over the place in the street. I'm hiding behind that car over there. Because we mic'd you. I don't think you even used the audio. And goes straight into Bro Hemet, destroying some poor jobber. Bow! And then yelling at the camera. There you go. With a fight, he says. Oh my God!
I'm very proud of
you
that.
guys like this is Scotty's a freaking, and I know he does commercials and stuff, so it's like this is his jam. But man, like the stuff I've seen coming out of these commercials are just bonkers. And again,
so good.
Just like how Enjoy doesn't look like anybody else. 880 doesn't look like anybody else. Nobody's fucking doing this for their commercials. It's like talk over some match cards and stuff, right? Like is all that we've been poised to do here, right?
Yeah.
There's no bandwidth for it.
And it like started with the last year's barbecue when MV did that whole gimmick, that whole ad was great. And there
was a Thanksgiving one.
We did the one. Yeah, I was in the one for Thanksgiving too. I presented the pie, and then I was like, pie's ready, and then MV grabs my head and then sticks a fork in my head a bunch and is like, come to the show. We need like a special playlist
of these commercials to go back to, because I'm having trouble finding them now because they're just like spread on social media.
Good. That one was on KDKA too.
Wait, which one? The Thanksgiving
The Thanksgiving one played on KDKA. Sean Collier got it on there for us.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I was like, Mom, I'm gonna be on TV.
and
it's all paying off.
And then, as you know, the parents don't care.
No.
Unless you're on the television or in the newspaper,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
So,
or you could be my mom and don't care.
Yeah, well,
Still
there's that too. Because I have had this where I've been like, Mom, I got to work with so-and-so and did this, and this. And we're like, Mom, I was on WPXI getting interviewed last week for this thing that happened. And she's like, oh, that's nice. You know, just like, all right, you know.
Yeah, it's like, I did this thing I got paid for. I don't care. I did this thing I didn't. I did not get paid for. Yeah, that's awesome. Like I was on TV. I was on WPXI. Yeah,
that's the true mark of fame.
No, I was really proud. I was really proud of that ad that we did because like Scotty presented like a fake one, not a. It was like a practice one, and showed it to us, and I was like, you know what? What if somebody was like running with you while you were on the skates, like a presenter?
Oh, that's also Scotty was on roller skates.
Oh yeah.
Chasing
That's the other
him
thing.
for that shot.
Yeah. Scotty's on roller skates.
He was on roller skates for like an hour while he's going back and forth, setting things up.
Practiced it like 100 times.
Yeah.
The dude was winded.
Yes.
I was like, are you sure you got this?
Yeah.
Like we had to. I was like, you just take a breath.
You only did like 2 takes.
For the actual shot, we only did 2 takes. The first take didn't work only because we couldn't really understand what Brohima said. It was like he went so fast with his words. We were like, "What did he say?"
We're like, slow down. Oh, it's just like wrestling.
We're
Slow
gonna do
the
it one more
fuck
time.
down.
Yeah.
And I say the same thing in the video, people. Slow down.
Yeah.
Just like those guys in the ring. Slow the fuck down. Right. It applies in a lot of places. Okay. So, anyways. I had to throw that in there because it's one of my favorite things about working is seeing that process happen and I would just say a surprising member of the 880 roster ended up being kind of the director of the last commercial. I'm just going to leave it at that. Right?
That was good. That was
Yeah.
good.
So that's something for a story somewhere down the line.
For sure.
After this week. But we'll have to have them back on the show too. Actually, they are overdue for the show. There's a lot of people overdue for this show. Anyway. What the fuck? AEW's doing some stuff. I don't know.
There's wrestling on there.
Yeah,
They definitely wrestle on there. They definitely tell some stories.
So,
on there.
I'm awakened from swimming across the ocean and doing AEW Plus every couple of days, and I gotta tell you, it is the best investment ever. Because man, I'm loving uninterrupted matches, and when I told Missy that I was doing this. Now understand, I'm watching it, and she's usually falling asleep, and I'm getting my wrestling in before bed, right? And I'm on a different schedule than she is.
For sure.
And you'll see, and we'll come back with picture in picture. I'll just hear from the other side of the bed, Pip. Yeah. And she gets really excited about it, right? I don't know why. Pip. And so I told her, like, oh, yeah, I won't have to have commercials and stuff. And she just like, no picture in picture? Like, really sad. Like, real sad. And I'm just like, well, they're still going to announce it. You know, just you won't hear a commercial next. They're just going to keep the match going, right? So, yeah, it's just like you get to do that. And I talked last week about how the Don Callis card thing was like commentated by Taz and Excalibur, and I love goofy ass Taz and Excalibur. So, you know, I'm like fucking in on this. I'm loving Caprice and Ian Riccaboni like have full verses and choruses to the Willow theme song now on Ring of Honor. Like, yeah, Matt's with it. Like, it is going crazy down there.
Oh man,
I love it. This is what I'm here for.
Yeah,
it's wild, you know.
And those people and everyone in Europe gets to hear that, and what do we get?
We get a commercial.
Commercials.
I love somebody had a sign up during I think Collision. Was like Ant-Man up next. Because it really has become like the coming up Pacific Blue, you know, of our era of watching Raw. At least us. I don't know. You started in '64. I'm not sure if that tracked for you. I'm trying to figure my timeline out here.
I mean, Sorg, as you know, growing up, it wasn't time for Raw until Chuck Norris spin kicked some dude through a pane of glass on Walker, Texas Ranger, and then it was like you had like a minute until it was on.
For me, it was SVU. SVU was being played right before.
It's been like I hate when NCIS was and they shot somebody in the fucking head right before Raw, and we're like, well, you know, talk about doing the high spot before before early on the card.
Wait, what was on before the Spike TV era?
Oh
man, shoot.
Before?
Like whenever, like right before.
Were we at
Raw,
Burn?
I don't
Were we
even...
doing Burn Notice yet?
Was that a Spike TV thing?
No.
No,
That's
the USA
USA
show.
thing.
Okay.
I have no idea. The MXC maybe? I don't know.
It might have been.
That oh my god.
By the way, and
that's
I'm-
a really good question. If anybody remembers what the lead-in was for Raw
on
on Spike TV, that we want to know.
No,
that.
they were on were they Spike TV? Did they change to Spike TV during the WWE era, or was it?
Yeah, it was
during.
it was TNN.
Yeah.
And then it became Spike. Yeah.
Oh man.
Was
I just
on-
remember that Mansers was always on at 11.
What?
The show
Mansers?
Mansers? Do you remember the show Mansers?
No.
I have a lot of dumb knowledge from that show, and I don't know why I watched it. I'm honest. I don't know why I'm bringing it up because I am ashamed of it.
Maybe they were running reruns of The Man Show or Win Ben Stein's Money.
Oh
before
shit!
that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, what a weird time, right?
That was a crazy. The only television network for men.
Yeah, it just keeps telling
Yeah.
me Primetime Wrestling was the show before WWE Raw. Like it's the show that it became, I think,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah,
whatever they
that's
did on
not
Monday nights.
the answer we're looking
Yeah, they
for.
know- they
Thanks,
know-
AI.
yeah, seriously. Thanks, Bart. But I mean, that really is. Can I look up like a TV schedule from? Here's a Bleacher
Yeah.
Report article from October 2005. Spike TV is killing TNA.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In
TNA went to-
no. In October 2005. Hold on. What year is this from? I'm wondering. 2009. Holy shit. I'm pretty sure they held on a few years after that though. Oh, this is all. Oh yeah, Hulk Hogan's partnerships doing for the company. Blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah,
So,
when they went
yeah.
to Monday, those idiots. That was the dumbest shit.
The Monday Night Wars. It's like, yeah, they
Yeah.
lasted like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh,
like,
man.
yeah, no.
That was crazy.
They're just bleeding out. They're just like viewership bleeding out at that point.
It's the wildest decision. I didn't know anything about the business, and I was just like, this seems silly.
Yeah. Just let people have their own nights. And there's not a lot of nights left. So
Right.
we understand NWA is getting 2 TV deals coming up in 2024. I don't know where they're going to put them at this point. So I guess, wait, what show? Well, technically, I was going to say Thursday, but that Impact is that night. Not that that's going to be effective, but yeah, where do you put another wrestling show at this point? I'm a wrestling show. You're not. You could do Tuesday late like MLW did. You're not doing Monday. You're not doing Wednesday. Friday's out the window. All prime time.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be syndicated. I feel like at this point, right?
I don't know. Like,
So-
what is Thursday? Is there-
Syndication's not out of the question because the WoW Women of Wrestling has
Yeah.
had some success for
Yeah.
Sinclair on that front. Getting back to MLW, I really liked when MLW was running their fusion on YouTube on like a either Tuesday or Wednesday nights at like 7 o'clock, but you
Yeah.
could just flip that thing on like right
Yeah.
before NXT or right before Dynamite, and you can get that because that hour before 8 o'clock is like the longest hour.
It is, yeah.
You can give yourself something to watch in the meantime, and that's probably right when I was really into MLW was right around that time when they were synced up in that way. They were almost like the appetizer for Dynamite, I think.
And they're claiming it's a top 20 network.
What?
So I'm going to look up a list of top 20 networks. So please carry on about this. But yeah, Thursday has Impact. So Impact is 8
that's
o'clock.
right.
Has before the Impact, I think, on YouTube 7:30, and then New Japan actually has a show on Access after Impact
Good
on the
God.
same channel.
Good God.
Yeah. So I mean, great time to be a wrestling fan.
For sure.
But maybe exhausting. I've been trying to catch up with a lot of stuff. I'm watching Ring of Honor TV. I'm about a week. I've caught up to a week behind. I've been 3 weeks behind regularly. Impact, I at least watch half of an episode every week that I'm paying for on YouTube. And Wrestle Universe, I do not watch enough of. And I'm like, I need Fight Plus so I can watch AIW. Probably shouldn't do that.
You're-
We can't get
yeah.
rid of Wrestle Universe, Sword. We can't get rid of that. I heard
No.
there's a great match on there. I
It's
need to watch.
fantastic. I need to spend more time. I want to see what Max the Impaler is doing over there. Because it's got Tokyo Joshi. It's got Maki Ito. I just threw the fingers up. And I mean, there's a lot of good stuff there. Noah, DDT, just a lot of good stuff. It's like all this great stuff that's not in New Japan, basically. It's just fantastic. I want a Mexico version of what we have between Wrestle Universe and New Japan World. I don't
Right,
think
you
it's
want
there.
that all access version, but like Mexican or Lucha Libre Mexico is so hard to follow.
Yes.
I hear so many good things about what CMLL is doing right now. We mentioned Mystico at some point here tonight, and it's supposedly their stuff is great. Their stuff is it's hotter than AAA right now, but it's really hard to track down. It's hard to follow. Fortunately, a friend of mine recently shared with me a source for some CMLL videos, and I'm going to be checking it out and kind of like digging into it. And I've got to be honest, like I've never really watched CMLL before in my life because Lucha Libre is impossible to follow. The only time I really go out of my way to search for it is if AAA is doing some huge show that Joe is calling, or Sam Adonis is in another putting his hair on the line again, and I'll drop in and see what's going on, and it's Lucha Libre. It's a different flavor.
Yes.
It's a different style, and for some people that can sometimes be an instant turnoff. But
So
if you don't like the wrestling you're getting right now, Sorg, there's a wrestling out there for you. Somewhere.
Absolutely.
Not wrestling. It's not wrestling. It's not that you don't like wrestling. It's that you're not watching the right wrestling. You just need to go and find the right one.
I love that.
I think that I agree with that. I do agree with that. I really think that if you look hard enough, I think anybody could enjoy wrestling if they find it.
Mm-hmm. Like even the women in wrestling, the Wild Superheroes, like that's a different flavor. We talked a lot about that last week, I think, or I was talking with somebody about that. That was another big thing from RWA that I remembered. Speaking of women in wrestling, Jessie Belle Smothers came back.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Came back and is going to be in action next month. So that is a huge thing for RWA. She's a big part of them for years. I found a list of most watched TV networks by viewers in 2022. Of course, you got the 4 broadcasts. You got, and I'm going to just discount all the news channels here. The obvious ones are going to be up there. ESPN, I don't think that's happening. Univision, HGTV, Hallmark Channel, Ion.
Maybe. Ion
could be
Ion
it.
strong maybe. Strong maybe. I'm scribbling in that.
Ion has a lot of over the air. The WWE main event was there for a moment. Did they carry Ring of Honor for a moment? Maybe, or I'm thinking Comet carried them. We get it over the air here in Pittsburgh, I know, but it's also on most cable providers. TLC, of course, TNT, TBS. Nope. History Channel, Discovery Channel. And again, remember, Discovery Channel is a Warner Discovery Channel, but they could do another deal. Who knows? Food Network, USA Network. Yeah, that's out.
I mean, this isn't like. I mean, we don't think that AEW has any kind of like exclusivity with Warner Brothers Discovery. So I mean, it's possible.
Oh, it's absolutely possible they could get them on another network.
So. Whenever WWE signs a contract with another TV network, they stipulate that they are the only pro wrestling on that network.
But they're also the juggernaut.
AEW doesn't have that kind of leverage.
No. WWE it's like the NFL making calls for a network. You must do X, Y, and Z because fuck you, we're the NFL. There's a lot of fuck you, we're the WWE.
For sure.
Like, well, good luck with the other guys, kind of deal to it, right? Absolutely. So there's your if I'll reach a little further, because maybe this list is actually USA Network is number 20 on the list. It's not even like really high on the list for last year. And then you get into like MeTV, Bravo, Lifetime, CW.
Lifetime.
There you go. CW right next
CW.
to your teen dramas over there. That'd be your bag, right?
Hell yeah.
Coming up
right
next
to like all
up next after NWA, Riverdale.
The CW DC universe that they have over there.
They have anything left over there?
I watched a lot of that.
I watched a ton of
that.
I really burn out on that. I have like 2 seasons of Flash I need to finish, and Legends, and like it really fell off after Arrow ended. To me, at least. So I am actually muddling through Superman and Lois. I do enjoy that. So I have no idea where it fits on the timeline. It doesn't make any fucking sense there. I'm glad they don't address it, too. I'm like, what the fuck? This is happening now, but it's like Supergirl's still happening, and like They just had the kids on Supergirl. What the fuck year is this? So, I don't know. Alternate timelines, crisis events, whatever. Maybe it's an alternate universe, which is also talking to alternate Oh my God, my brain's crossed. Anyways, it didn't take long for us to get tired of multiverses. Anyway, so we'll see what happens with NWA there. I think the more competition, the better. They've been trying to grow something, and honestly, like, you know, they've had some setbacks over the last couple of years. But there's some stuff there where, like, you can look at NWA and be like, I don't get that, you know, but you can do that with any company, right?
Yeah.
But as a whole, it's not the shit show it was before. It really is not. Even like, if you don't agree with some of the decisions there, sure, and we're not going to talk about which ones, and you know, but like, and I wish that the magic of the early Power episodes were there. And
yeah, I was going to talk about that when we were talking about,
right?
Like, yeah, like because they did Wednesdays 7 to 8 before Dynamite.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
Something like that. But yeah, I was really into that for a while. I was watching that weekly. I loved it. Then it took a turn.
But I think they really target the people who loved and missed that NWA style, and that's not going to be all of us. That's really not, and that's okay. You know, I don't know if all the Dynamite people are going to watch NWA and vice versa. Like, I know doing that in Exodus Pro, like, it was a different kind of wrestling show than I'm used to. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm used to Warrior Wrestling. That's, like, just bonkers. I'm used to what we're doing at 880, what we do over at RWA, right? Like, this is very, a lot of big guys, a lot of very TV wrestling. Yeah. And I was just like, this is different and great, you know, like I'm down with this, you know,
for sure.
Just because it is like, it's very down to earth. I think it's down to earth, I guess. You know, it's very kind of classic wrestling. Yeah, you know, and it's not a bunch of people doing flips. It's not. I think there's one dive. There's one dive for the entire night, and it was like. Well, you got like Sandow and EC3 and Latimer there, right? And it was just like a whole different vibe, and it was really cool to kind of see that the way they do things. So I
was really there whenever they I love the all women show that they did.
Exactly,
that was a great show.
Oh, that was great.
That was a great show. I don't know, that whole, and didn't they ran another show that weekend too? Was that Murdoch and Nick?
I think that's
Nick
when
Aldis had.
I think that's is that when Murdoch won the belt?
I think that's when Murdoch
Nick?
won the belt. Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure that was a good weekend. I was there for that whole. I liked that. And then something happened afterwards.
Yeah, something
that just
happened.
Like, it just started taking a turn that I was like, man.
Yeah. They did some stuff that turned some people off.
Yeah,
and you know, and it's still, for whatever reason, you know, it's a young company.
Yeah, for sure.
We say it's 75 years of NWA.
Yeah,
but it's a young company, and they're you know, figuring that stuff out, right?
For sure.
So, and it's not like you know. I realize this over some discussions. It's not like Billy Corgan's not some rock star that bought a promotion and did a thing. He's been paying his dues. You know, he worked in Impact. He, you know, figuring out how things work and everything like that.
Yeah,
so, like, I don't, you know, for whatever, you know, that is, or whenever he came in or whatever, you can think about that. But, like, you know, I think it's a net positive what they've done there. There's another player in the game. And we've had a lot of friends that have come through NWA, and you know, and it's been a good launching pad for people. Yeah, you know, but that's what Ring of Honor was for the longest time, for sure, right? Yeah. They talk about it on the show, but like, this has always been the place where people find out how good they are. Yeah, you know? Yeah. So and that's a really cool thing. So
yeah, more places for wrestlers to work is like, that's never a bad thing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
it's working great for Max the Impaler. That's
for sure.
That's for fucking sure, right? and I think I mentioned this last week. I love the idea that the TV championship, the women's TV championship, the time limit is 6 minutes and 5 seconds. 6:05. All the times for Exodus Pro were like, doors open at 6:05. The start time 7:05.
What? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Just like you know the deal, the TBS thing, right?
No.
Everything on TBS. Back in the day, started on.
He doesn't know about the TBS thing.
I don't know about the TBS thing. I don't know about the TBS thing.
Everything on TBS, when NWA was on TBS, which became WCW, everything started 5 minutes after the hour.
Okay.
Or a half hour. Like if something typically starts at 7:30, it's 7:35. It's 7:05. WCW Saturday Night, 7:05 every Saturday night.
What? Okay.
So
okay.
that is like, that's a trigger.
Okay.
Right?
I love that. Okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah. There's something about that I like. Yeah.
So it's,
I remember because like Monday Night Raw used to always have like that 5-minute buffer too. It always ended at 11:05 instead of like
always had the overrun, right?
Yeah.
So like I think that like that's a nice little kind of wink to them. Like
yeah.
AEW does a lot of that too, right?
Sure.
Because they do like. That's why Sting. Hey, first time he's in on TNT in 20 years.
Yeah.
Like they do a lot of wink and nods to we're on the channel where fucking pro wrestling happened that we can't mention what it
For
was.
so long, yeah.
But you know what used to happen on TNT on a certain nights and TBS on certain nights.
Yeah.
Other than I have a feeling if it wasn't on TNT, if Collision ended up on TBS, it would return to the 7 o'clock timeline, and they may even do a 7:05 with it
That'd
just
be
for
good.
fun. Maybe they do a pre-show for 5 minutes and actually start it at 7:05 because I think they'd fucking do that. You know what I mean? Just as a little nod.
Yeah.
Like I think Tony Khan talked about growing up on NWA because I think I don't know where he grew up, but I presume the South since they own Jacksonville. I don't know why that's the connection for me, but who knows?
They own the city of Jacksonville.
They own the city of Jacksonville. Why would they own anything else? I'm sure it's on his Wikipedia page. Because he would talk about that, So
Yeah.
also like Tony Khan's basically the same age as me. That blew my mind when I realized that yesterday. So I was like, fuck. That's why I identify with him so well. Anyways, I'm like, I think I'd react the same way if I was Tony Khan. Come on. Honestly, I think you see me on the headset back there sometimes. I'm having a good time. I'm having a great time. Listen, if I got to hang out with Sting every week, I think I'd be having a good time,
I'd be
right?
pretty stoked.
I'd be fucking stoked. I'm like, oh, my good buddy Edge over here. I mean, whatever. I'd be fucking psyched too. So, yeah. So
I watched Wrestle Dream with Reese and Casey and Gianni. No, Gianni wasn't there. We couldn't let him be there.
No.
He tried to come, but we said, you're not allowed to come.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, get out of
Probably
here.
asleep.
And then, but the whole night we were just like, you guys think Sledge is going to show up? Sledge. We were like really hoping he'd come in with just to add a couple letters in front of Edge. For some reason, that was like, it's got
call. There's a big call for Sexton Hardcastle to make his debut in AEW. He's broken.
Oh shit!
All right. On that note, oh my God. Hey guys, we're feeding our guests with our good friend Slice on Broadway. So many locations in the Pittsburgh area. New York City style yins are made. Go check them out. Support the friends that support us here on the show. Get over a decade of the perfect pepperoni pizza supporting Pittsburgh podcasting. Thank you to them at Slice on Broadway. I love the still from when I played the 880 ad is just like the shot of David Lawless was holding his nuts on the ground in my system right now. By the way, I'm just popping at that because it's right by this graphic. So, anyways, chat room wherever you may be chatting, and anybody else, what did you learn from wrestling this week? I learned one of the greatest things I've seen in a while is a wrestling mime. I think his name was Jock. I'm trying to get the name so we can put the pre-show matches up. But yeah, he was named Jock. He made 2 appearances on the show. He's on the pre-show, so you can see it for free over at IndyWrestling.us on the VCW Go Big or Go Home pre-show. And I want more of it, actually. I think there's rumblings of them trying to book him again. So... Anyways, Sean Patrick
really
just says, Nix is so young.
I'm 29. I'm late to start wrestling training, I'd say.
Sean is like at every 880 show anymore. I know he lives in the area, so I just love seeing him in the back. I'll see it. I'll be upstairs and see a camera shot and see him just clapping in the background. I'm just like, yes, Sean's here. Anyways, so we gotta get Sean back on the show too. and tell us what he really thinks about all these young whippersnappers at 880. Anyways, Mime Wrestling, and this was a show that I think I put the tweet out that had a caveman, well, beast man, a spooky voodoo guy from Louisiana, Noir, Super Oprah, its own category, Congo Kong, you know, like this was a wild fucking show.
It was a wild show.
Neon Ninja, whatever Malachi Gage is, like basically a juggalo, I guess. You know, like it was CeeLo, Pastor CeeLo.
Yeah.
You know how like he got the collection plate and like our camera people have been giving him the money lately.
Yeah.
He got we talked last week about the giant novelty check battle royal that he won twice
right.
at Exodus. And he got car keys this time.
He got car keys?
He got car keys this time.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Pastor CeeLo's key party.
Show title. Anyways. There's a lot.
That's against everything Pastor CeeLo stands for.
Yeah, something like that. Good. It's HGTV on Warner Discovery Channel. Yes. Yes, there's your crossover.
Yeah,
right
put
there.
it on HGTV. There you
Also,
go.
Potter says Zeke is a menace. They need to be strapped down and made to watch Blazing Saddles. That's how you get your revenge.
That's how I win.
Yes.
That is how I win.
Just drop that on a promo for me. Like, we're gonna patch this up and we're gonna go watch Blazing Saddles, Zeke. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. I haven't watched that movie in so long. I feel like I'm gonna go watch it and be like, oh God, what have you been suggesting?
It's been a while for me.
Somebody was putting that movie over recently. So, Matt Carlins, what'd you learn from wrestling that you didn't watch this week? Which is basically just
no.
NXT.
Oh, you know, there is one show that I still make time to watch every week without a doubt, and that's always Dynamite. My wife and I always watch Dynamite. It's kind of our thing. And so I learned from wrestling this week what I kind of already knew, and which is that undoubtedly the best and most consistently fantastic promo in all of professional wrestling is almost certainly Christian Cage. This dude never misses.
Oh my God.
Always
His
good.
big
So
dad
good.
energy is so strong. I feel like it's me talking whenever he's talking through his promos. I really feel a strong connection.
Really? Wait, really? Like,
Yeah, just
Hold on.
a
Like,
lot
all
of
the
like,
time?
I'm your dad. Listen to me. You know.
who have you
And
told
then,
to go
of course
fuck
he takes
yourself?
it, of course, he takes it too far because he's a heel. Of course, I'm a nice person, so I would never do that.
Matt,
But dude,
Matt,
he's so funny.
Matt, who have you
What?
told?
What?
Who have you told to go fuck themselves lately?
No one, of course not. Anyway, here's the thing though. You know, we all think Christian's his turtleneck phase is very funny, right? Did you notice like Nick Wayne has his own little wardrobe thing going now,
Oh, really?
where he wears an ugly '90s sweater
What?
when he's on TV now.
I have not noticed that.
He's always sporting this like, and if you're from Pittsburgh and you remember when Bill Cowher would always wear ugly sweaters to his news conferences.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nick Wayne is drifting into this, and I'm hoping someone has gotten to Nick Wayne and been like, Nick, no. I know you're a heel, but no leather jacket. I know you're a heel, no leather jacket. No, you need to wear this ugly '90s sweater.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was sporting that a couple weeks. I'm hoping it's going to stick around. I don't want to see this go away.
I love.
I want
that.
this to become a thing.
That's way better than a leather jacket.
Yeah, so evil.
Everybody
so
puts
pure
on-
evil.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
But anyway, yes, Christian Cage. Gotta love it. I love it every week.
Fantastic.
Can't get enough.
Nix, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned stuff from wrestling all the time. Trash can lids do hurt. Trash can lids suck.
Where'd you take that?
On Thursday, the Steel Dragon attacked me and Tatiana.
I was definitely there for that match.
Yeah, I got a. You were definitely there for that match.
I don't think I was down. I don't think
I got a bum leg because of it.
we was early in the show because I think I started coming down the film halfway through the show, so that might be it.
Oh, that's right. That's
it,
right.
That's
I
it.
forgot
we
about
had a
that.
little bit of cameraman tagging.
Yeah.
Situation.
You were probably stressing out about how Scotty having to leave.
Yeah. I'm just like, you know, I was like, we can go to the one camera for half the show, and it's like, you know what? I'm going to run graphics and run down bell to bell and shoot the show. Yeah, whatever, you know. I don't feel like I'm doing enough tonight, because that's how I fucking roll. So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, learn, and never turn your back on a damn dragon. He got me.
Yeah. Gotta watch that dragon. He's very slippery, and I think he lives in the basement, according to commentary.
He does.
Yes. So with that, Nix Wilde, thank you so much for joining us. 880 Wrestling every Thursday, Thursday night fights, and of course, one show a month, usually Fridays for 880 Wrestling's big show. This way, the World Series is this Friday, live streaming on all indie wrestling streaming platforms for free.
It's gonna be good.
Yep. There you go. And of course, Matt Carlins, thank you for coming back. I think
Maybe I'll come back again sooner rather than later.
We'll see what's happening. And of course, good vibes going out to Matt and Mike. Hope that assignment is coming out nicely. So anyways, okay. I'm at Sorgatron on all the social medias. We'll see you guys next time. If you're on Patreon, have the lookout. I'm going to grill Matt Carlins on dirt sheets on the Patreon. Stay tuned for that for the after talk at patreon.com/WrestlingMayhemShow. We guys see you guys next time. Our guest scheduled next week is referee George Ross, and we have some issues. We have some issues for him. We'll see you next week.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at